That's it. Here we go. Here we go, legends. Make sure that you have your coffee ready. Make sure that you have your tea ready. Your beer, whiskey, wine, water, right? Whatever your preference is. Let's get the party on the road. Let's do some technical analysis. As per the thumbnail, what is going to happen here with the price of Bitcoin, right? Is it starting to look a little bit more bullish? Or is it starting to build a bearish structure? We will analyze the price of Bitcoin, jump through a couple of altcoin requests if there is time. I think there should be time to do a little bit of altcoin requests. Okay, not now. We need to focus on Bitcoin first. We do have some high impact news, okay? High impact news. In when is that? That's about an hour and a half from now. We have core inflation, month on month, year on year. And right, that is definitely going to bring some volatility to the market. Okay, so very interesting high impact news. And then tomorrow again, okay, we have high impact news over here. Tomorrow again. And then on Friday, again, high impact news. So this whole week is a high impact news week, right? That can definitely impact the volatility of Bitcoin. Right, legends. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon from wherever you are all over the world. I do see everyone all over the world joining the live streams here with me. And smash up the like if you haven't done so already. Maybe you forgot to click the like button. Okay, if you're not clicking the like button, not sure what you're doing, right? All you have to do is click the like button, legends. And it helps the YouTube algorithm to spread the channel to people that have not seen this as yet. This is where I love to educate, teach you all the tools and tricks that I know from a trading perspective, sharing my knowledge for free here on YouTube. Okay, and all I ask is that you smash up the like, right? And let's get the party on the road. Legends, let's get the party on the road. Someone asked me in the comment section yesterday to do a little bit of technical analysis on God, USDT. I didn't know God had a coin, right? And God's coin is performing not so good yet at the moment, but it has a chance. But Bitcoin needs to play ball, okay? Dominance needs to start dropping. I actually want to open up a little bit of a dominance chart over here, and let's just go and have a quick look at Bitcoin dominance, because I did spot myself a little bit of weakness. Let's go here onto the 8-hour time frame. I like to take the volume out because it means nothing here on dominance. And this little trend that I had drawn in over here, okay, very interesting that we are not breaking out successfully just as yet, because that will be quite a bullish sign. If dominance has to successfully break out here and close high time frame candles above the trend, that is considered usually a successful breakout, and we could continue momentum back to the upside, pouring the love back into altcoin and okay, writing off the poor orphans, the altcoins, right? The shit coins. It's not going to be good, right? It's not going to be good. But so far, it's grinding against the trend and it's not breaking out. So this could either still be a rejection and we lose this trend to the downside. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see the successful breakout over here. So you can see, based on the high impact news that we can expect today, tomorrow, and Friday, decision time, right? The market, you can see the market is waiting for that news. It's the battle between the bulls and the bears, as per the thumbnail. Very important news day for Bitcoin today, and I do think that today's news will give us a lot more clarity on this little local structure that we are forming here to the upside. Cool, legends. Let's quickly dive, before I go through the comments and say hi to the beautiful community, which I will do because I always, you know, the live stream is about you. I like to think to myself, okay, maybe it's just me, that this YouTube channel is orientated towards my community, okay? I love to engage with my community. I love to talk to my community. For me, it's very important to read the comments and see what you guys have to say. And in actual fact, I even sometimes, mostly, Most of the times, I actually rewatch some of my live streams and I go through the comments to see what I've missed. Maybe, someone said something important that I didn't pay attention to. And also after the fact, when you guys leave comments after the live streams inside of YouTube, I go and read all those comments as well. So much appreciated. This channel is about you, okay? Even inside of our Legends Pro community, inside of Discord, I interact with the people, I talk to them. So it's at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about giving you the tools so that you can be financially free, right? That you can trade this market with confidence, with good risk management, and make consistent profits week after week, month after month, year after year. Right, legends, let me put the music a little bit softer here in the background. So it's now focus time, right? It is focus time. Let's focus. Just another sip of my coffee. This coffee is really nice. See some of the mods in the house. Mr. Pac-Man, welcome to the live stream. I see you guys. Layla J, hello, legend. Yes, my sister all the way from South Africa. And Mr. SGS, I see you. I see you. There's something I just want to click on the right button and do this. I'm not sure if I... sorry, legend, just give me a moment over here. Because this thing is... Right, here we go. There we go. There we go. Right, I'm just giving someone a spanner over here. I'm giving someone a spanner because this person really, really deserves a spanner, in my opinion. Whether he wants the spanner or not, okay, you have a spanner, right? Do with it what you want. Fix a car, fix the comments. Right, Mr. SGS. There you go. There you go. Right, legends, let's get into the action over here. So, I was analyzing what is a spanner. You'll see if SGS posts a comment, you'll see what a spanner is. Right. So I was watching this little structure. I'm distracting myself over here. I was watching this little structure this morning, and I went and I just recounted all the waves to say that, well, what are the probabilities, okay, of this being the low? What are the probabilities of this being the low? Is it like a 60-40? Is it a 50-50? Is it like a 90-10%, right? And the only confluence that you can build is that if you can count a successful corrective structure that makes sense and balances here to the downside, then there's a slightly higher chance that you can build momentum back to the upside. So it's not an easy structure. It's not as easy as an ABC, okay? Because I know a lot of people in Elliott wave theory, this is the first corrective structure that they learn. It's an ABC. Done. Okay? But they're not counting what is going on inside of the structure if it's a valid ABC, okay? Some people just look at this as a zigzag and they're like, done, right? Off to the races we go. You have swept the liquidity below the low. It can only go up from here. Right. So, legends, the way that I'm counting this structure, I mean, and there's a couple of ways you can count this structure, because nothing is ever certain in the market. It's just a game of probabilities. But what I see with the momentum here to the downside is 5-wave structures. So I can label this as an A, okay? And then I have a 3-wave structure over here, 1, 2, 3. So B waves love 3-wave structures. Okay, cool. So that is a B over there. Then we have another, looks like a 5-wave expanding diagonal here to the downside in a C wave. Okay, so that makes sense that we could potentially have that nice ABC here to the downside. Then this also looks ABC-ish to me, but maybe more like a WXY, but I don't want to confuse everyone with having smaller WXY and ABC corrective structures, so I'm just going to label it an ABC, just for the simplicity of it, okay? This could also potentially be an ABC here to the upside, because I can count 5 waves inside of this little move, and a C wave has to have 5 waves, okay? Right, so you have an ABC, and then potentially you have an A, B, C to the downside again. Okay, so let's go and slap that in there. So maybe this is also an A 3-wave, 1, 2, 3-wave in B, and a 5-wave impulsive structure in C. So if I look at this structure, then I can say, well, this potentially does look like a WXY. WXY that could potentially be finished. So the corrective structure does make sense for if the bulls step in here and price starts going higher, right? We have a valid corrective structure count. It's not that the structure is wonky or anything like that. We can say, okay, with some high probability, the corrective structure could be finished, because all a WXY is, okay, and this is why people get confused with WXY corrective structures, is that W has an ABC, X has an ABC, and Y has a simple ABC. But it gets a lot more complicated than that, because what could happen over here is you could form another ABC and another ABC to the downside. Okay, so the structure can continue. You could basically have a double zigzag, okay, in Y. You can also end it in a triangle. So it gets more complicated, but all I was trying to highlight over here is not to speculate on the future so much, but to speculate on, can the low be in? And yes, the low can be in, because this structure can be counted as a WXY finito, and we could be starting to build impulses back to the upside. Okay, so that is a good sign, right? That is a good sign. That is a tick. We also have the full moon that printed a couple of days ago here on the higher time frame. If I do this and I switch on the full moon indicator, which I showed everyone yesterday during my live stream. So there's also another little bullish sign, okay? A bit taboo. People, you know, are like, what? You look at the moon for buying pressure? That doesn't make any sense, okay? Well, I'm telling you guys that, you know, if you backtest this little bad boy over here, it has a 74% accuracy rate, especially in a trending market. And if we are going to start trending to the upside, I mean, usually when the full moon prints, it was at the lowest point where you were supposed to buy, right? We are in a bull cycle as per yesterday's live stream. If you haven't seen yesterday's live stream, okay, from a timing perspective, it's highly likely that the bull market is still going to continue over here, right? It's the full moons that you really want to pay attention to, because we are still in a bull market and we are trending to the upside. And in a bull market, you need to pay attention to the full moons, because it potentially gives you the lowest point and momentum back to the upside. Okay. I mean, look at this. I mean, if you bought these full moons, okay, price just absolutely rage. Okay, I'm not going to go and backtest this again like I did yesterday, but you guys get the point. So we have a couple of bullish signs, right? We also have the 0.382 that was tapped to perfection when you take a FIP. Okay, I'm just doing a quick recap because some people forget, and you tap the 0.382 to perfection, right? Nice little 382 tap over there, and we have now tapped a formal FIP level for the first time, looking at this as a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Okay, FIP level tapped. Doesn't have to come to the 50%. This is the box where you want to see a fourth wave complete, if you're still expecting for another impulse to form here to the upside. Right, legends, just want to close my email over here. It's quite distracting, and I want to close this tab over here. Okay, sorry, legends, I get some pop-up messages here in the background, which is quite disturbing, so distracting, so I just switch that off quickly. Dewald, have you started witchcraft? No, I guarantee you, I have not started witchcraft. Okay, I have not started witchcraft. It's just that, you know, I like to backtest indicators, and if they are powerful, then I include them as part of my trading strategy or investment strategy. I do use the moon. Okay, if you haven't checked that out, I did make actually a video about it on my YouTube channel under the tutorial section. I do use the moon to DCA into my long-term portfolio. Every month, I DCA a little bit into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and a couple of my long-term altcoins. Okay, my pension bag, my 20-year bag from now, the portfolio that I will not touch in 20 years from now, 30 years from now, I add to that portfolio every month when it's full moon. Okay, and I made a video about it where just by changing when you buy during the month gives you additional gains over the years. Okay, and I did the formulas and I showed all of that inside of my YouTube video where I basically back tested it. What happens if you just simply buy when you get your pay, and what happens if you actually time the buy when the full moon is, and it has a drastic impact. You will not believe the impact that it has on your portfolio. Okay. Yes, we also have the lunar cycle. I'm not sure what the lunar cycle is going to bring, but very interesting. You know, the planets, and it has been proven scientifically that the moon phases impacts people's moods. It impacts people's spending habits. It impacts psychology. And when planets and things starts aligning, you know, it's either going to be a very interesting party, or people are going to get depressed or very happy. We're not sure, right? But I do know that 2025 is going to be an amazing year. 2025 for me is going to be an absolute killer of a year. Right, legends, we can zoom into the smaller structure right now, but now that we have the bullish signs over here and a potential end for a corrective structure to the downside, okay, the only thing that is still concerning, and this is something that someone highlighted this morning as well in our Legends Pro community, the only thing that is still a little bit concerning over here is that market structure, okay, is still to the downside. You have a high, basic one-on-one technical analysis. This is something that you need to know as a trader before you even touch money into and throw money into a trade. You have a high, okay, you have a lower high, and you still have a lower high, and then you have a low, a lower low, and a lower low. So you have not changed market structure yet. So to have that double confirmation that price is potentially turning around, you really want to claim this high over here. Okay, once we claim this high, the bulls are going to start celebrating, because this is the high that needs to be claimed. Because when price claims that high, the retracement is potentially a great buying opportunity, because now you're forming a higher high, and the higher low is the buy zone. That is where you want to buy. And some experienced traders that trade with large sums of cash, what they will typically do is they will wait for that before they even touch a trade. They will sit on their hands, they will wait for the higher high, and then this is where they buy, because now you're changing market structure. Okay, and it can work the other way around also, where you first form, okay, the higher low. Now you have market structure change. You have a higher low as price starts grinding up. And now you're like, okay, I'm waiting for the higher high. Right, so it can work the other way around as well. But at the moment, all we have is a low. And we have a potential of a bullish structure building up over here. Cool, legends. Another thing, okay, that I quickly want to highlight over here, because I don't want you guys to miss out on this opportunity. Let me go on to... wait, I need to open this up over here. I actually have it here on the wrong tab. Let me just drag it across. There we go, legends. Let's click on this live stream. Okay, click on more inside of the description below this video. Click on more, and you guys will see, okay, I did speak about this last night, but this deal is not going to last forever, and it's for my community only. Okay, if you are watching this live stream, you are part of my community, and the amazing deal that's running here on Weeks at the moment is absolutely phenomenal. They have thrown out all the stops over here. First thing is the money that you deposit in your features account, you will get 10% back. Okay, you get up to $20,000 sign up bonus as well with the activities that you complete. You get 50% immediately discount on your trading fees. And for some people, this is the most important benefit, because if you do a lot of trading, okay, and you're playing scalps and small little time frames, I'm telling you that the trading fees can make a significant impact on your profits. I spoke about that WXT token, okay? There's that WXT token that got launched on Weeks, where you basically have to hold up to 300,000 WXT tokens in order to qualify for this discount, okay? I think those WXT tokens are, got my calculator out over here. 0.03 times 300,000. Okay, it will cost you, okay, I have to do this. It will cost you $9,000 to buy 300,000 WXT tokens in order to qualify for this discount. You get the discount by using the link down in the description for a limited time only. Okay, and then they also have a competition running at the moment where you can win a car and many other prizes as well. So legends, it's definitely an opportunity you want to take advantage of. Okay, it's also a platform that you only need an email and a password to sign up, right? So really great exchange that I love to trade with at the moment. So if you're not trading with Weeks and you're not using the link down in the description, okay, it's your way to support the channel, but it's also me bringing you the best deals from a trading perspective. Okay, it is absolutely amazing to have an exchange with very low trading fees, especially if you are from a country where leverage is frowned upon. Okay, right, legends, I think what is quite important is this little local structure over here, which we will go and analyze now in a moment, because there is, okay, a very bullish case scenario over here that it doesn't carry high probability, but I just have to talk about it. There is a very insane bullish case scenario where we don't even dip down. We literally just start rocketing from here. Okay, I want to discuss that scenario and I want to explain why it carries lower probability as well. And then there's the scenario. So let's zoom into that structure. Let's go back here onto, I want to go onto the 15-minute time frame. Let's look at the structure over here. Let's zoom out so everyone can see the candles and everything nicely over here. So there is the one scenario where we have potentially finished a 5-way structure to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's the potential that it's done, it's finished. Maybe it still has some room to go a little bit higher, okay, and then it's at that weekly level that I discussed yesterday. But okay, let's just play out the scenario. There's a scenario where basically the impulse is done and we are gonna fall down here, right, in a hopefully a 3-wave corrective structure. 5, 3, 5. Okay, you find a higher low and you continue momentum back to the upside. So it's going to be very important. This low is, or this corrective structure is going to give us a lot of information in terms of whether we should be looking for longs or whether we should be looking for shorts. From a simplicity perspective, hopefully the corrective structure will give us a nice little trend to the downside. And you know what I sometimes like to do is, depending on how the corrective structure forms, is if the corrective structure is a beautiful corrective structure like such to the downside and it starts slowing down, you can draw a beautiful trend and you wait for the breakout. Okay, you play the breakout. That's where you apply your trading strategy. Okay, and I mean, even if this is bearish, even if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it is going to correct to the upside. Guaranteed it will correct because everything moves in waves. You can still make money from the breakout. You're most likely going to form a lower high and continue momentum to the downside. So we don't want this to be a 5-wave structure. Okay, so I mean, legends, I always talk about Elliott wave theory over here, and for some people it is very complex, very difficult to understand, and I do also try and then mix it with weekly levels, daily levels, Fibonacci, trend lines, you know, from a simplicity perspective, to try and cater for everybody's trading needs and what they do understand. Okay. Afternoon, James XRP. Junior leader Pac-Man in the house. Okay, right. And someone, okay, I'll get to that in a moment. I just don't want to forget. I know that there is someone, okay, here in the top section, I actually did see that comment. There is someone that said, can you please show us how to add into position on Bybit? Been asking you for 3 months. Okay, I mean, for me, it might be simple. For some people, it might be complex. But it really is easy. I mean, let me just get that out the way and share my Bybit account over here. Okay, and I actually did enter a position just to show an example. Okay, so yes, my Bybit account. Can everyone see that? Right, so the question is, if I'm already in a position, I just opened up a small little position over here to show how you add to your position. If you're already inside, I'm here in a Bitcoin trade. Maybe I just need to zoom in so everyone can see a little bit clearer. Okay, let me do that. Right now, everything is nice and big. So I opened this trade just before the live stream. Okay. To use bearish divergence on weekly. Yes, I will get to that. Right. So, and the question is, how do I add to the position? And it's as simple as, right, you type in the amount or you drag your slider. Okay, depending on whether the slider is easier for you. But if price is now going down, for example, price is now falling here to the downside, I want to play along to the upside. Okay, and maybe I want to add to my position, and maybe I have an invalidation below the low, whatever your trading setup is. But by adding to your position, it will drag your entry down. Okay, so if I zoom in here now onto the 15-minute time frame. Okay, I just want to zoom in here to show you how it works. Okay, you can see where my entry is at the moment. If I add another $100 to this position, my entry should end up over here somewhere. Okay, because I'm now doubling my position size. So between my entry and where price is at the moment, it's going to now drag my entry to the downside because I'm playing along. Okay, so now I've added $100 and I say market execute, I buy and I add to my position. Now my entry is exactly where I highlighted. That is how you add to your position, right? So guys, I mean, this might sound silly to some people, like how do you not know how to do this? But these are legitimate questions from the community and I'm here to help, right? If you don't know how to add to a position, this is how you do it. You just repeat the trade. It then adds. So instead of now having a $100 position, I now have a $200 position over here. Okay, $200 position. Well, a little bit less because the price is moving against me. Okay, and I can go and add another $100. Okay, and it will drag my entry down even further. And I can go and add another $100. Okay, and it will keep on moving my entry down as price is falling to the downside. That is how you add to a position, but it's a very dangerous thing to do because the more you add, the more it eats into your capital, and before you know it, if you keep on adding and you have nothing left to add, you could liquidate your account. So very dangerous. Okay, you have to have a plan. You have to plan your trade. You have to have levels where you want to add. You have to have a clear invalidation. You have to have a plan around how much capital you're planning to add and where your limit is. Okay, so I just wanted to show this example in terms of how you add using Bybit. Okay, right. where you SL, right? Legends, this is not a trading setup that I'm particularly taking over here. Please guys, I've just entered this trade because I want to show you how it works. Okay, let me rather just exit this trade over here and you can market you can just market close the trade over here and then you're out, right? Then I'm out of the trade. Mind you, it has a chance to maybe move up here. We'll have to see over here. Didn't quite claim the liquidity below these lows, but anyways, okay, that's basically what I wanted to show over there. So that is how you add a position to a trade, or that is how you add to a position. Okay, cool, legends. Let's get back here onto the technical analysis. Man, much love, Dewald. Finally, I'm getting the answers. Thanks. Absolute pleasure. Stefan, you're the person that asked the question, so I hope I've explained it in a way that's understandable to you. Okay. Do you get profit instantly after the market price crosses your position line, or you have to wait above for more? Okay, so let's stick around. I see we're getting a little bit more questions over here. So, I mean, if I enter a position, let's enter $1,000 position over here. Okay, let's make it interesting. Let's enter $1,000 position over here, right? And you will see. Okay, I just want to make sure that my face is not in the way. So let me do this. Okay, now you guys can see everything here on the screen, right? And this, you know, if I show you here on how it works on Bybit, it works exactly the same on most exchanges. I have made a tutorial on weeks Okay, so just quickly to show you guys, okay, under my live stream, if I go back over here and I have a week's tutorial, okay, where I show you how to use leverage, how to trade, how to market execute, how to put limit orders, how to get money into the exchange. So go check out weeks over here as well, because if you can master one exchange, you will see that they all look very, very, very similar. Right. Now that I've entered the $1,000 position over here, you will see as soon as price moves below my level, I'm now in a loss. Okay, I now have a 56 cent loss at the moment. Okay, as soon as price moves up, I am in profit, but you have to consider the realized P&L as well. So if I am 33 cents, okay, do you guys see this? If price moves in my favor and I am 33 cents in profit as price moves up, it means that I'm still going to break even, okay? Because this is the fees that I have now paid to open up this trade. I have paid 33 cents to open up this $1,000 trade at 25x leverage. So, well, okay, I basically used $39 and it's a $1,000 position. Okay, so I've actually only used $40. Works the other way around, right? So I've used $40 to open up a $1,000 trade because I have 25x leverage over here. Okay, hope that makes sense. How do we take 50% profits at the take profit zone? Okay, so what you do is, if you want to take 50% profits, let's say this was now profits and you want to take profit, you go here to market, okay, and then you say, I want to take 50% profit at the market price that Bitcoin is offering right now, or I want to take 25% profit, or I want to take 90% profit and leave 10% of the position open. So you use the slider to tell the system how much profit you want to take. Okay, so if I want to close 50% of my position and I say confirm, done. Now I have a $482 position open. Okay, hope that makes sense. Okay, I can then add back. I can say, okay, well, I'm going to add $1,000 back to the position, drags my entry down, and now I am $1,448 trade. So you can, go wild, go crazy over here. Okay, so now this unrealized, okay, this little unrealized profits over here is the profits or losses that you having at the moment with price action, either above or below where you've entered. The beauty about Bybit that I really like about Bybit is it shows you where your liquidation is. Okay, it also shows you where your liquidation is. So if price hits this level, this position will be liquidated. Yes, there is a spread on market close. Okay, so sometimes what 𝗞𝗔 is saying over here is that you might have $1,000 profit. Okay, and then when you market execute, you might only have $900 profit. Okay, because there's a spread on market execution. Limit orders does work best, but then you have the risk of your limit order not being hit. Okay, so I mean that is the game of trading, basically. Yeah, in a nutshell, right? That is the game of trading. I love how you are explaining with real money and taking losses. You are a legend. I don't have to do that. Yes, I mean, I'm a little, maybe I should just reverse. I think there's a reverse function over here. Maybe I disabled it. Okay, you can click on reverse. Did you guys know? You have a reverse function over here. So it takes the position that you have at the moment. I am playing along. And if you say, oh crap, I maybe entered the wrong trade, I was supposed to play a short, I clicked on the wrong button, you can reverse it and it reverses the trade for you. Okay, now I have a short at 25x leverage with the same position size. It just reversed the entire trade for me here at the moment. And 𝗬𝗏𝗏 will most likely get a bounce over here and it's going to put me in a loss again. But legends, yeah, that's basically in a nutshell how it works. I just want to click on that delete button. Okay, so you can use the reverse button to reverse your trade, and this layout over here is extremely similar to 𝗞𝗏𝗄𝗍, to Weeks, to Bluffin, Bybit. They all work exactly the same. If you are used to and you get the hang of one exchange, you'll be able to do whatever I'm doing over here on any exchange, because they have very similar UI interfaces in terms of how to execute your trades over here. Okay, always remember to leave your isolated on. Okay, only experienced traders should trade with cross, because cross basically means, I'm not sure if you guys know, if you have a cross, if this says cross over here, okay, not isolated, it means that it will use all the money in your account as collateral. And your liquidation price might be very far away. Okay, your liquidation price might be very far away because you might only be trading with $100, but you could have $1,000 account. But if price severely starts moving against you, it's going to liquidate your entire account, not just the position. If you leave it unisolated, okay, it means that only my position that I have open here will get liquidated. I still have my money left in my account. Okay, so if this liquidation gets hit over here, where's the pen over here, right? If this liquidation gets hit, it means that I am going to lose $58. Okay, I'm going to lose this position. I'm going to lose $58. Right, because I'm only trading with $58 over here because I have a 25x position. Some exchanges allow you to adjust the leverage while you are in the trade. I can go and change this to 10, confirm. It allows me to do that, but then it puts more money into the position because I've reduced the leverage. Okay, if I increase the leverage, okay, back to 25, then what it does is it puts the money back into my account. With some other exchanges, you have to manually take the margin out here, okay, after you've adjusted your leverage, but Bybit does it for you automatically. Right, legends. I mean, I love educating, so I can spend hours over here just explaining to you guys all the features and the tips and the tricks and how to add and not to add, whatever the case might be. So I hope you found some value over here. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to exit this position because, I mean, I don't like to be in trades that I did not plan. So, okay, you can either, I'm not sure if it has a closed all or whether I took that. Okay, so you can either have a limit order over here. You can say that I want to take profits at a specific price, which will give you more accurate profits, or you can just market execute. You say I want to close 100% and you confirm, or 10% and you confirm, and that's how you take partial profits. Okay, right, so out of the trade. Not in any trade at the moment here on Bybit. I do still have my swing trades and things open on weeks and bluffing. Okay, let me put my sexy face back here onto the screen. We want more Bybit education. It is complex. Thank you. And maybe I'll do another live stream where I will specifically focus on one of our favorite exchanges, Weeks, and I will show you guys how I trade inside of Weeks, how I add to my positions. I do like the user interface. It also shows you your P&L on the screen. It shows you your stop losses and take profits on the screen. You can do partial profit taking. You can also, I'm not sure, I can't remember because I have so many exchanges. I can't remember which exchange you can change leverage after the fact and which ones you can't. But right, smash up the like for the education. Hope you guys are enjoying the education over here, right? If you're not smashing the like button, what are you doing? Okay, 90K incoming, right? Yeah, it looks like Bitcoin is finding a little bit of weakness, but what I also spotted over here, I want to see if we have bullish CVD. Okay, we already had bullish CVD against those two pivots, which played out. Then we had bullish CVD. Let me just grab my pen so people can follow me. So against this pivot and this pivot, we had bullish CVD. The high was the target. We took the high. Okay, so it played out. Tick. Now against this pivot and this pivot, okay, we also had bullish CVD. The target was the high. We took it. Okay, so both these CVDs basically played out over here. But now what I'm interested in is to say that, well, against this pivot, with the momentum here to the downside, are we building up fresh bullish CVD? So on blue, we have bullish CVD. On yellow, not so much. On white, not so much. So we only have one confirmation. Okay, so not the most convincing that we are going to go and take the high again, right? For now, it's very neutral. Okay, cool, legend. So there is definitely the possibility, looking at the structure over here, that it could be finished. And then what you want to see, okay, for the bulls, what you want to see is, and this could potentially be an A, B, C. You want to see a three-wave structure, but I would like to see a bigger three-wave structure. I would like to see something along the lines of a proper A, B, C, because of how long the impulse is. Can you see how long the impulse is from a timing perspective? So if you take your time fib from the low to the high, okay, you want the low to be made after the 0.382, okay, preferably inside of this zone. Then you have a 1-to-1 extension. And when you reach the 1-to-1 extension and you still have not taken the low, okay, so from a timing perspective, you can also get a couple of clues. If price grinds here to the downside, grinds here to the downside, and it reaches the 1-to-1 extension and it's still high, right? Higher low, there's a good chance that you are going to come and claim the highs and you're building a bullish structure to the upside, purely just looking at it from a timing perspective. Okay, cool. So, right, legends, the most bullish case scenario, okay? Let's do the most bullish case scenario. This is, for now, the structure that I'm keeping an eye on, is to say that the high could be in and we are now going to correct to the downside. The question is, okay, we do have great support over here, so maybe that's where the C wave is going to end. It's going to find support inside of this zone, and it should have confluence with a nice fib level as well. So if I take a Fibonacci from the low to the high, guess what? It has beautiful confluence with a 0.618. So in this bullish case scenario, you want this to be your low and continuation back to the upside. Okay, then there is another bullish case scenario that doesn't carry high probability, but it could play out. I mean, if the news is going to be very bullish in an hour from now, it could very well play out. The invalidation for the scenario that I'm about to share with you is the low. And we have not taken the low yet. That's why I was looking for bullish CVD, which I don't see at the moment. But let's discuss it nonetheless, okay? I have to stress that it has low probability, and I will show you why it has low probability. The next scenario that I'm looking at is a potential scenario of where we are forming a following, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. Let me just zoom out ever so slightly. Let's try this again. Is basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you might be saying, Dewald, why the hell is your 3 so high? What about this structure over here? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Then what you do is you say it's another 1, 2. Okay, wait, before I get there. It is a 112. Okay, so it's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what this basically means, it's a 112. Okay, so you have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to the upside. Okay, easiest way that I can explain it right now. And then inside of this structure, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which completed your 1 over here. Okay, and then you have another. You have a 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to have an explosive wave to the upside. But there's another way to count this, okay? I think an easier way to count this is to say those little Elliott wave scenarios there is making me a little bit 𝗞𝗔. There's another way to say that what if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? You have 5 waves in 1. Now you're building another 1, 2. You're not allowed to take the low. And then you rock it here to the upside, okay? So I think, yeah, this is the best way to explain the scenario over here. You have a 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's building up momentum for an explosive move here to the upside. This is definitely a probability, and this is why I'm sharing it. But let me show you the problem with this scenario over here. Okay, if I take a time fib from the low to the high, okay, if this is a 1, 2, this little low, the low over here, if I take the scribble there out the way, okay, I'm going to show everyone. This low, if I zoom in here, this low was made before the 382. And that is where you wanted the minimum target to at least, if this low was made inside of this zone, I would have said, okay, the probabilities are starting to increase. So it's not an invalidation. I'm just pointing out a problem. The 382 is considered a minimum target for a corrective structure. So you have an impulse and you have a correction that finished before the minimum structure over here. And then there's another problem, okay, is if I take a Fibonacci from the low to the high that we've made over here, okay, we have not, okay, maybe I just need to move it ever so slightly higher. We have literally, on some exchanges, we have tapped the 2.36, but on my exchange, we have not tapped the 0.236, which is a very rare target. Okay, ideally, this is where you want to see the bounce. Okay, and a 382 is already very shallow. So on my exchange, we have not even tapped a fib level. To count this as an impulse and this as the corrective structure for this entire impulse is extremely rare, but can also be extremely bullish, because I have seen in extreme bullish structures, okay, you sometimes front run fib levels and you finish your corrections before the minimum targets. It does happen, but it's just rare. 1 out of 10 times, maybe 1 even out of 20 times, you maybe see a scenario like this, where you form a 1, 2, 1, 2, and you just off to the races you go, not even tapping any proper fib levels and finishing your corrections before the 0.382. So this is the problem with the scenario. But, okay, now that I've showed you the problems, the bullish case scenario stands that what if, okay, take this out the way, we are forming an explosive 1, 2, 1, 2 here to the upside. 1, 2, 1, 2. As soon as you take the low, okay, this 1, 2 is invalidated and the impulse most probably ended over here. Okay, and then this is your 1. You're going to go down for 2, and then you're most likely going to go up for 3. So the low should not be taken for the most bullish case scenario that I'm sharing with you. So you have a very clear invalidation, speculating on a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 to the upside. Okay, so just wanted to highlight that because some people did ask me, Dewald, what if we don't make a retracement? What if we don't make a proper retracement and price just continues here to the upside? And that is basically the only scenario that I have here on the cards, is to say that, well, okay, then you're forming a 1, 2, 1, 2, and you're going to rock and roll here to the upside. But then there's a couple of problems with the low and the retracement. Okay, not invalidated, but a scenario nonetheless. At least we are prepared as a community, and I see we're currently getting a little bit of a bounce here to the upside. I should have left that long in. You know, that's the thing about trading. Okay. If you're making money, I should have, added more to the position. If you're losing money, I should have bought less, right? That's the game of trading. Legends, smash up the like for the education over here. Now let's go to simplicity mode, okay? Let's throw Elliott wave theory out the window. Let's talk about normal support and resistances, because I can guarantee you I have seen very, 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 very successful traders, okay, do not know anything about Elliott wave theory. They have never touched a Fibonacci in their life. There's many trading strategies, and I guarantee you all of them are successful. It's usually an ID10T problem. Do you know what an ID10T problem is? Okay, right. It's basically you have not mastered the strategy yet. There's a saying in trading that says most trading strategies, like 99% of trading strategies, okay, are successful. It's the person behind the strategy that has not mastered the psychology of trading, the fear and the greed monster that sits on your shoulder, and don't apply good risk management. Okay. Right, legends. Elizabeth, welcome to the live stream. Let's go through some comments. Before I continue over here, let's go through a couple of comments. Okay, let me say hi to the beautiful community. I know that I have been talking and talking and talking, and I haven't said hi to the beautiful community yet. Nobody puts baby in the corner. It's smashed. Thank you so much. Ooh, what a long username. Elizabeth, welcome to the live stream. Appreciate you being here. Junior, hello, hello, hello. Ooh, Junior has really challenged me. Junior has really challenged me, but there for the pro community, there is a surprise on Friday. Okay, Junior has a one-on-one coaching session with me tomorrow, which he won in a competition. Okay, personal one-on-one coaching session with me, and Junior was kind enough to tell everyone, or to tell me today, that I have a list of questions and I would like for you to share it inside of our live Discord community. Okay, I want everyone to benefit from the prize that I have won. And I was like, okay, well, that's absolutely amazing. I mean, truly inspirational. And he has, so inside of our Legends Pro community, let me just do, what is this? Bybit. Okay, inside of our Legends Pro community, do I have it open over here? I don't actually have it open, but let's do this. Open up a tab, open up my Discord over here. So this is where I'm going to do it. Okay, for the pro members out here, this is where I'm going to do it. On Friday, 10:30 a.m. I'm going to go live here inside of our Legends Pro community, and I'm going to go through here's Junior's conversation with me. I'm going to go through a list of questions over here that he has prepared, absolute list of questions over here, and I'm going to discuss those questions inside of our Legends Premium community on Friday. So if you want to come and check it out, you want to join the conversation, it is the link down in the description. Okay, if you select more, I zoom in over here, Legends Community, this is where you join our Legends Community. So I'm going to go and put my head on the block and answer all of Junior's questions inside of that session. It's going to be a really, really fun session. We're going to talk about all aspects of trading. We're going to talk about market psychology. I'm going to open up the floor to any questions and answer every single question that people post to me. So it's going to be a really, really fun session. Okay. Cool. Let's continue with the questions over here. Thanks, Dewald, for the education. Finally profitable after 1 year of struggling. That is absolutely amazing. I love to read comments like this. Finally profitable after 1 year of struggling. Okay. That is absolutely amazing. Congratulations. 𝗖𝗿𝘆𝗽𝗁, Dewald, can you show how you got the 3 CVDs chart and how you're using it in your analysis? Will be good info to help. Yes, I do have a tutorial. Okay. Where is it now? Right, I do have a tutorial. If you go to trading tools inside of our Legends community, I do have a tutorial where I explain exactly how CVD works. This is for now exclusive to our Legends Pro community. Okay, so I don't want to give too much away here on YouTube just as yet, because I mean, people are paying a subscription, and I want to give them some exclusivity to information that I'm not sharing on YouTube. But I'm most probably going to start sharing it on YouTube very soon. And I have given so many hints and things away during most of my videos here on YouTube, where I look at CVD and I look at the bullishness, the bearish case scenarios over here. Okay, so you can see how I am applying it. I'm just, it's just not a dedicated video to show you how it works. Right, but the script is available inside the free Discord. Okay, so if you select this link, wait for it to load up, and you sign up to the free Discord community, you can ask for the script, and it comes with instructions in terms of how to upload it. I really don't mind sharing the script. Okay, so that you have the 3 lines and you can start practicing and using it. Right, so you just need to join our free Discord community and the script. Okay, you can just ask around. One of the mods or one of the community members will share it with you. And if I'm inside of Discord, I will happily share it with you as well. It is freely available inside of our free Discord. Unfortunately, I can't share anything here on YouTube. I can't post documents and things like that. So I can't share it here. Otherwise, I would have. Okay, legends, still from a technical perspective, you know, the levels upstairs still look very interesting, and you can see where we have found the rejection is at the 0.618. Okay, yesterday when we got that little pivot over there, okay, I said very strange that we didn't tap the 0.618. I like at least a proper fib level to be tapped before I consider a trade to either the upside or to the downside. Now we have tapped the 0.618 and you can see it struggled to break through. Okay, so there's the chance that the high could be in and we're going to start rolling over to the downside. It has a chance because it tapped the 60% finally, properly, okay, but the more interesting level to the upside is still that weekly level. Let me switch on my today analysis. Okay, the range high over here, you have the range high over there after the drop, that first high that you made and you continued. That's what I refer to as the range high. You have a weekly level, a range high, and you also have need to zoom into the 30-minute. Okay, when you take a fixed range volume profile from this entire range that we've been in, it's also the value area high. So there's a lot of planets aligning at this level. Okay, a lot of planets aligning over here. You have the weekly level, the range high over there. You have the value area high of this entire range that we've been in. And that is why I had to share that most bullish case scenario over here, that what if you get that 1 2 1 2 and it just smashes it. Okay, maybe it gets a rejection here by the 0.88. Okay, comes back down and it flips the area into support. It doesn't come down, it just finds a support and it continues and it takes the high. Right, we need to be prepared because this could be a 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 here to the upside. Okay, right, but the scenario does have a clear invalidation. Okay, and the invalidation is taking the low at $95,527. It's that low over there. That is your invalidation. Okay, for the 112 to the upside. Then there's another scenario that I spoke about last night, is to say that, well, maybe this is just a simple 1 2 3 4 and it's still busy with the fifth wave here to the upside. This is not a 1 2. It's just a structure that's going to complete the fifth wave. It finds the rejection perfectly here at the weekly level, value area high, taps the range high over here, and then it falls to the downside. So okay, very interesting zone, and I think the news is going to give us a lot of clues in terms of what's going to happen over here. Okay, the news is in what? 40 minutes. 40 minutes we have the news. That would be very interesting to see how the news is going to impact the probabilities. Okay, Dewald, are there any scripts to download for TradingView in the Legends Pro? Not yet. No scripts for TradingView. Yes, there is actually Mr. SGS. I did see him here in the comment section earlier on. He does have a script, okay, that shows you daily, weekly, daily open, daily close, and which he does share inside of our Legends Pro community. Okay, sorry to bother you. I can't afford that much amount to join Legends and half salary. Okay, cool. Right, just search SGS in indicators. Oh, there we go. Just search SGS in indicators. Mr. SGS here in the house at the moment. Right, here is Mr. SGS's indicator. Okay, Mr. SGS, I've got him over here under indicators. I have him saved as a favorite. SGS, simple levels. Okay, that's the one. SGS looking good in blue, right? Okay, so that is where SGS, inside of our Legends Pro community, developed an indicator that basically shows you the daily levels, the weekly levels, the daily open, daily close, and an absolute powerful indicator. I do like to use it on a daily basis to check whether I've put my levels in correctly. Like this morning, I was struggling with this daily level. Okay, where's my daily levels over here? This daily level over here, I was struggling with this daily level because if I go onto the daily time frame and I zoom into this little price action that we formed at the daily, I couldn't make out whether the open and close was exactly at the same level over there. And then I looked at Mr. SGS's indicator and it says, no, it's at the same level. So I trust it, right? You put on your magnet, snap it on. Now I have my daily level and I use SGS's indicator as confirmation. Okay, cool. Right, legends. Okay, not much has basically changed since yesterday's analysis. Okay, yesterday we did say, okay, the one thing I do want to point out is that yesterday in our analysis, I just want to clean up the chart a little bit over here. Okay, yesterday in our analysis, we did say after we had the momentum here to the downside, okay, we said because we tapped the 0.8, okay, because you tapped the 0.88, any movement away is most likely corrective and we're going to come and claim the high, which we did. So the probability played out to perfection. Now you guys can see how powerful this 0.88 level is. Usually when you tap it after a retracement, you increase the probabilities of taking that high or the low. Okay, so that now played out. Right. What else? What else, legends? What else? Can't think of anything else. Just want to go run through some scenarios. Let's go on to the 1 hour. Just make sure that I'm not forgetting anything over here. And then maybe we can go and have a look at some altcoins. Okay, that's the WXY that I discussed, the ABCs, right? Yeah, those were basically the problems, okay? I actually did have it mapped out. Strangely enough, I did have it mapped out where I basically said, okay, there's a problemo, didn't tap the two, and even if we did tap it, it's a very shallow retracement. To speculate on a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 year to the upside, okay, that can be very aggressive to the upside. You have a clear invalidation. The low was made before the 382, so it doesn't have a high chance. And also you tapped a very rare Fibonacci level. So, you know, but at least we know if we do continue to pump to the upside, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Okay, just want to clean up some of the scenarios. Right, legends, I want to go here onto the 4 hour time frame. Take this out the way and let's just discuss simple support and resistance. Okay, so if I look at this entire consolidation that we've been in since 12th of November, okay, and I just do, where did I put that? Where did I delete it? No, I didn't delete it. It's this one, right? Simple, basic technical analysis is that you can see that we have found the lows. Okay, this is your floor. This is what I call the floor. And we have dipped down below and got acceptance back above. Successful swing failure pattern from the lows. That was also a swing failure pattern, okay, from the lows. So this is the floor. This is critical support that needs to hold for momentum to continue to the upside. This resistance area that I have over here, very interestingly, you can see how beautifully it has acted as resistance, which I pointed out with the circles that I've drawn over here. You can see resistance, 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 resistance. Okay, you broke up, you found support and you lost it. You retested it as resistance, broke out again, found support. So you can see it's a very important line over here that has a lot of confluence in terms of how many times price tried to break through and even failed. Broke through, failed. Okay, broke through, failed. Okay, very important line over here, and we're not there yet. Okay, so purely from a resistance and a support perspective, okay, without knowing anything about Elliott wave theory, is that with this momentum here to the upside, you actually want to see the rejection happen inside of this zone. If we're still going to come down, maybe make a lower high and continue momentum to the downside, or you get the rejection, you make that higher low that I've just discussed from a bullish case scenario, and then you break out successfully. Okay, or in the most bullish case scenario that I've just shown you guys on the smaller time frame, okay, it is that 1 2 1 2 3, and then you flip it into support and you continue. Okay, very important resistance we need to crack over here. So looking at where price is at the moment, okay, looking at where price is, it looks like it still needs to find upwards momentum. Okay, it would be strange just to fall down from here. It would be very strange just to fall down from here. If we do fall from where we are right now, I think we are going to form a higher low and try at least tap the resistance before we claim the low. Okay, cool. So $98,000, 771 is a very important level. Cool. Right. Let's do a couple of altcoin requests. The first one I want to go through is God USDT. Someone asked me in the com section after I was done with the stream. They posted a comment just to say, Dewald, can you have a quick look at it? So I mean, not the greatest looking altcoin. Okay. I mean, if you consider where it has come from, okay, it looks like an absolute fall from heaven. Okay. But the good news is it looks like it has found the floor. Okay, for now, it looks like it has found the floor, of which this is the low that needs to be protected. This little structure over here looks like one structure, okay, where you have formed a higher low, and then now this low needs to be protected. If you are going to take the low at 13 cents, there's a high chance you're going to take this low again. Okay, so I'm not sure why you've asked for analysis. Is it from an investment perspective? Is it from a day trading perspective? Because I can tell you now, I will not touch this with a stick from a day trading perspective. It is too volatile with these wicks. I mean, I can't even draw a beautiful trend over here. What is this? It's like a round formation. It's not a pretty structure. Okay, it's very wicky from a day trading perspective. From an investment perspective, I would say that you have a clear low from an invalidation perspective, and you are at the lows where you want to buy. So if you are bullish on the fundamentals, which I have no clue of, okay, if you are bullish on the fundamentals, this is the zone where you need to add to your portfolio from a technical perspective. Please, no financial advice. You have a clear invalidation, and you're basically hoping for momentum to continue here to the upside, right? So at least you know where your invalidation is, right? Because I can tell you now, if you take this low, you're most likely going to come and take this low. So I would rather get stopped here than put my stop loss here and have a bigger loss, because that could still be, let's see, if you enter, that's a 48% loss. There's no ways. Okay, cool. So that's the analysis on God. Wow, that sounds very... I've just analyzed God. Right, Dewald, the news are bullish or bearish. Okay, the news is only coming out in 30 minutes. Okay, news is only coming out in 30 minutes. Right, I want to look at ETH, because ETH usually gives me these little thingies at the bottom that tells me when the news is coming out. So let's go here onto the 1 hour time frame. Bitcoin used to give it to me, but for some reason I can't get it back. Okay, news is not out yet. News is not out. Okay, only in 30 minutes from now, 30 minutes, we will get the news. Okay, cool. Dewald, before looking at altcoins, can you talk about the news, please? Yes, this is the news, right? I have gone through the news already during the beginning of the stream. I have spoken about what news is coming out. Umbrella, Rune, Godfather, Rune. Yes, we are all interested in Rune, okay? I actually discussed Rune this morning in my Legends Pro update as well, okay? It's not over until it's over, okay? For me, it's not. I am still in my swing trade, okay? No financial advice. I have entered a small swing position. I told everyone that this is the zone where I'm interested in Rune. This is the zone where I'm interested in Rune, and I've added twice to my position. Small little 2x position. I have a clear invalidation. Okay, so one of two things is going to happen. This is a very scary place for most people to buy, especially because you tapped the 0.88. Okay, and now the game of probabilities. Because you tapped the 0.88, you increase the probability of taking the low. But I have seen on some other altcoins, DOT is a perfect example, where this structure on DOT, okay, this structure, I'm not going to go to DOT right now, but this structure on DOT retraced 99% and it didn't take the low. It literally missed it by like a hair. It missed it by a hair, and it still created a third wave to the upside. The only invalidation in Elliott wave theory is if you're not allowed to take the low. Yes, tapping the 0.88 is rare, but it's not an invalidation. So if I go back here on the 4 hour and we look at Rune, okay, that's what I'm saying. It's not over until it's over. My plan, let me discuss my plan. So I already have a swing trade open on Rune, which is underwater. Okay, I feel your pain. I'm also underwater. But I've planned my trade. My plan was I'm going to add a little bit and I'm going to add a little bit. And then my plan is if we do not take the low and we break this trend and it starts consolidating sideways, I'm going to add more here. I'm going to add a little bit more, because this is a bullish sign. If you start going sideways without claiming the low, that is a very bullish sign to look out for. Okay. So my plan for the trade to at least come and claim this high again and go to much higher levels is that I will only add again to my Rune trade when we are here, if it has not claimed the low. Then my next option is if I get stopped out, okay? If I get stopped out of my Rune trade and I see this price action, I want to see this price action. I want to see us claim the low. I want price to trade back above the low. If I see this, I will enter another trade on Rune. If I see this, and my stop will be below the lows, because that is a successful swing failure pattern. You fail to break down and find downwards momentum, you get acceptance back above, which means that you are trading back above the low that you have lost. That is a bullish sign. I will re-enter a position over here. So I have a plan. My plan now is to stay in my trade, okay, and add to my position if the low does not get taken. My other plan is I get stopped out and I will enter up a new position depending on the price action that I see. As long as price is trading below the low, I am not interested in a trade. Not at all. I want price to trade above. Some people might say, but yeah, that's such a better entry. Okay, but then you're going to have smelly fingers because you're going to try and catch the bottom. We don't try and catch the bottom. That's not good trading tactics and good risk management. So this is what I see for Rune. If we do not take the low, and if I zoom into the 12-hour time frame, okay, the scenario is still intact until invalidated. This is the bullish case scenario. This scenario is still in play because you have not taken the low. If we do take the low, then the next scenario comes into play, and I do actually have it prepared. Then your bearish case scenario comes into play. And this is why I will still consider a trade from the lows over here, because you might make that B flat. This is potentially an A. B, it gets acceptance back above and it goes up for a C wave that potentially does not take the high, but it could maybe just reject there by the high. And then we form impulses back to the downside. So there's money to be made. Whether I get stopped out or whether I don't get stopped out, there's money to be made. So I have a bullish plan and I have a bearish plan. Hope that makes sense. Smash up the like, okay? Hope you guys are smashing up the like. 245 people, 40 people here, 159 likes. I know we can do much better than that. And remember, Rune and ETH and Bitcoin can be traded here on weeks. Okay, guys, for those of you that joined the live stream late, I'm just going to briefly go through this again. Weeks has really gone the extra mile for my community over here. Okay, you only need an email and a password. First thing, you only need an email and a password to sign up. You get up to $20,000 bonus depending on the activities that you complete, but you get 50% discount on your trading fees. You have to go and buy $9,000 worth of WXT tokens, which is the native weeks token, in order to qualify for this discount. Okay, so this is for my community and it's for a limited time only. Okay, then they also have a competition running, plus the money that you deposit into your features account. Okay, you get 10% cash back to trade with, right? So if you deposit $10,000, after 3 days, I think in the terms and conditions it says you have to leave the money there for 3 days, $1,000 will get airdropped into your account. So Weeks has really gone the extra mile here for the community. And also they have that competition, right, where you can win this Merc, right? It's just they have pulled out all the stops. So if you're not trading with Weeks, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. It's also your way to support the channel, and also by smashing up the like button. Right, let's go and have a look at Reef quickly. See, people are asking here for Reef USDT. Yesterday I didn't do any altcoin requests, so I don't mind going and jumping through a couple of altcoins today. Well, Reef is in buy zone, right? Reef is, from an investment perspective, where you want to buy. Okay, it never ceases to amaze me. Please, Tia and Rose, I see 1212 on the higher time frame. I'll go look at that now. It never ceases to amaze me, okay? When you are here, when you hit the floor, okay, you have a massive dump to the downside and price looks like it's turning around. That nice little round formation. When you hit the floor, this is where people don't buy. This is where people are too scared to buy, because they look at this and they're like, no, it's going to do that. Okay, what is, you know, trading is a game of probabilities. You have to ask yourself, what is the probability of price just doing this? Okay, because I can guarantee you when price was up here, you were looking at this thinking, I wish I bought here. I wish I bought here. I wish I bought here. Now I really want to get in, but I don't know if it's going to continue or if it's going to come back down. But oh, I wish I bought here. Guess what? Your wish came true. Okay? Your wish came true. Yes, it might go a little bit down lower, but I mean, this is the zone where you expect the selling pressure to get exhausted and to have upwards momentum back again. So if you are bullish on Reef from a fundamental perspective, no financial advice, from a spot back, specifically from a spot perspective, okay, this is where you are supposed to buy. Technically, that's where you buy. If you go on a trading course or you go study a trading degree from a financial investment perspective, that's what you get taught. You buy the lows and you sell the highs, not the other way around. Okay, I can tell you now, there's a lot of people that bought over here and that sold over here. They buy the highs and they sell the lows. You're supposed to do the opposite. Do the opposite, right? You buy the fear. There's a lot of fear here at the moment. Massive fear here on Reef. You want to buy the fear because your risk exposure is so much lower. Okay. Right, I mean, there's not much to analyze on the structure. The only thing that I see over here is a potential trend over there. So what you could do is to say that, okay, you can see that it had a beautiful breakout over here, okay, which got respected. Look at this beautiful breakout. Ooh, okay, now you have a fresh trend. So what you could do is to say that I'm too shit scared to buy over here. I'm not going to touch it with a stick. Then you wait for the breakout. High time frame candle closes above, then you buy over here. Okay, but don't be the person that buy over there. Right, so that's what I see on Reef. Hope that helps. Rose, someone asked for Rose. Let's go check out Rose. Okay, let's do this. Ooh, I have done some crazy technical analysis. Just want to clean it up. Yes, I do see the potential for 1212. Okay, I do see the potential. It has to be a 1212. Otherwise, we doomed, right? Okay, I really like. I don't know if I still have it saved here somewhere, but okay, let me just do this quickly in pencil. Okay, I do like. This is very interesting. Okay, look at this structure. I actually only saw it now. You have a low and you have a higher low. So you have this impulse with a higher low, and then you have this impulse also with a higher low. And it kind of looks like it's doing exactly the same thing. Look at this. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is history repeating itself over here? 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. And if this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, this is building up for guys, you don't understand. It's going to be a wave like you've never seen in your life. It's just going to rip you to the upside if you count this structure and you bring this structure into the equation, because this could be the formation of impulses to go and complete this structure over here. But okay, let's just stay level-headed. Let's not lose ourselves over here. Okay, let's just breathe, because that is a very bullish thing that I'm seeing over there. Okay, right. So looking at the local structure over here, I quickly want to go on to log scale. Just want to see, well, did we invalidate? So from a logarithmic perspective, this structure has a chance. It really has a good chance. Okay, you have that 1, 2. Okay, maybe another 1, 2, which tapped the 786. It didn't tap the 0.88. This is where I have my load up zone. Okay, potential swing position over here. And okay, you have the 3 peaks to the bottom. I wouldn't be surprised if we have hidden bullish RSI. Just want to see. You have a low. Okay, nothing against that. Right, you do have hidden bullish hidden bullish divergence. Okay, you have a higher high on RSI, and you have a lower low on price action. So it could be a turning point. Okay, not that I like to use RSI as part of my trading strategy, but I mean from an investment perspective, I do look at RSI. Okay, there's your, I just want to see over here, there's your trend, which has been respected to the dollar. Look at that. Okay, this is your home line, right? This is your home line, and the home buys are usually the best buys. Okay, it has tapped the home line, it has tapped the 786, and this is the zone where it needs to, the magic needs to start kicking in. So what I would wait for over here, if you are too scared, okay, you don't know if it's going to take the low again and start building impulses to the downside, is go onto the regular scale, which you will be on, and wait for the break of the trend. Okay, wait for the break of the trend. As soon as Rose breaks this trend and it starts trading outside of this trend for a couple of days at least, okay, you want to see some daily candle closes above this trend. That is going to be a very bullish sign. That is potentially where you want to build up that nice little swing position, or maybe add to your spot bags. Or, okay, if you want to be more aggressive, then you do it over here. But I mean, from a timing perspective, let's go look at timing as well. I know I'm doing an in-depth analysis over here, which is taking a little bit of time, but I'm also very interested in Rose. I do have a spot bag of Rose, okay. And right, this little low is made after the 1-to-1. So there's a chance that this little low is in. There's a chance. Like we are saying here on Bitcoin, okay? So similar. There's a chance that this low could be in. What if this low is in? It's going to surprise everyone, catch everyone off guard. So many people are looking at this damn head and shoulders pattern. It's going to break down. What if it doesn't? Okay, you want to be positioned. Because if Bitcoin starts rampaging here to the upside, it's too late. Okay, you're going to look at these coins like Rose and Rune and be like, crap, I foamed out of my trade. I didn't wait for my stop loss to get hit, and now I have to buy in at higher levels. Okay, so I mean, the signs are here. You have a beautiful bounce or a trend over here. You have a beautiful bounce on the trend. You've tapped the 786 on the regular scale. You've tapped the 0.88, but on log scale, it's still perfectly fine. You potentially have that 1-2-1-2, and it's going to build up momentum here to the upside. So the bullish signs are there, and the bullish signs at the moment looks more convincing than the bearish signs, and it is volume. Look at the volume. Okay, with the impulses to the upside, you have seen way more green volume. So you know that this is how you also learn to read the market. When you have upwards momentum with higher volume and you have downwards momentum with lower volume, it gives you a clue that this is impulsive and this is corrective. When you have a movement down, okay, with higher volume, and you have a movement up with lower volume, it then tells you that the impulse is to the downside. This impulse is clearly to the upside based on volume over here. Okay, so there's a chance. Okay, nothing's ever guaranteed in the market, and this is why we trade with stop losses and clear invalidations, because nothing can ever is ever guaranteed in the market. But there's a chance that this little structure over here, okay, is done. It has a chance. 1,200% bull market. Okay. The one thing I just also want to point out, okay, is that it could, okay, a double 1-2, just from a little bit of from an education perspective. Ideally, it's not an invalidation, but in most general scenarios, what you want to see in a double 1-2 is a 1-2-1-2. You want your second 1-2 to be smaller than your first 1-2, and this is the opposite. It's not an invalidation, it just impacts the probabilities. So from a probability perspective, okay, you don't really want this 1-2 to be so big. It's bigger than your first one, but it's not an invalidation. Okay. And because of what I'm seeing over here, it's either a 1-2-1-2 in the most bullish case scenario, it's a 1-2-1-2 and it's just going to rocket. Okay. But then from a little more bearish perspective, it could also be a contracting diagonal, expanding diagonal. Okay, where you now have formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, still bullish. Can you see? Still bullish here to the upside. It can definitely take you to 20 cents, right? Then you go and you make an A, B, C, and then the party starts in the third wave. So there's still a scenario for this, but they are both rare. So it is a very rare pattern. Doesn't play out often, but I actually disagree. I've seen this pattern everywhere on most of the altcoins at the moment, where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in an expanding diagonal. You make an ABC, you're not allowed to claim the low because this needs to be 1. This is 2, not allowed to claim the low, and then you go and build a third impulsive wave to the upside. All this structure tells me is that you need to take profits. Okay, you're most likely going to hit that high. You have to take profits. Right, so that's some in-detail analysis here on Rose. And remember, Rose can be traded on weeks and on bluffing. Okay. Can you take a look at 𝗖? I will go have a look at 𝗖 now. Someone asked for, what was it? Dent? Dewald, RSR in the ambulance over there. Check render, please. It's going underwater, right? Dewald, RSR. Okay, everyone wants their favorite altcoin. Legends, let's do this. Let's do this. I mean, the live stream is about you guys, okay? I can't get through all the altcoins. So maybe what I'll do is I can do shorter technical analysis that won't be as in-depth, and then I can run through more altcoins. So maybe let's try that approach. Okay, first one on the list is, what was that? RSR USDT. Okay, please guys, remember, this is not financial advice. I do not know the fundamentals of most of the tokens that you're sharing with me over here, so you are buying at your own risk. Okay, so what this actually looks incredible. This looks beautiful. Okay, I really like the round formation. It has found the bottom and it chopped sideways for very long. Okay, this is your accumulation zone. It has now, like a person dying, boop, it now got the first heartbeat, and it made a higher low. Okay, and this could be 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5. Okay, so it looks good from an investment perspective, but I mean, from a day trading perspective, I won't touch it. Okay, it's not a beautiful day trading chart, right? If you're unsure, you wait for the break of the trend.